She promised to hit the ground running, and she has. Just days after taking over the reins at number 10, Prime Minister Liz Truss is today expected to share her vision for solving the energy crisis. Details are scant, but not the hyperbole. Truss says her plans will be bold, nuclear and visionary. But will they work? Richard Lane from the UK's leading debt charity, Step Change, says there's no option for failure.
What we want to see is a package of measures that meet the level of challenge that we face as a country at the moment, which frankly is enormous. We need to see any further increases in price capped off, because we know that households, and not just low-income households, but millions of households are already struggling to afford to pay their energy bills.
Freshly crowned cabinet ministers have been meeting with the energy giants to thrash out the details in a plan that's expected to see the energy price cap fixed for 2 years. This would mean average household energy bills won't rise above £1,971 per year, amid dystopian warnings they could surge as high as £6,000. Councils across the UK have been hoping for the best and preparing for the worst. Bristol City Council is one of many setting up warm banks, heated venues where people can come and keep warm this winter. Members of charity organisation Community Leisure UK have been involved in setting up these warm banks. The organisation fears whatever today's plans, there will still be warm banks in our towns this winter.
I think it will obviously depend on the level of the price cap, but I think, certainly at current levels for energy for households as we move into winter is going to be very, very difficult. And obviously any price cap doesn't offset the spiralling cost of living more generally, so there's still going to be real pressure on household budgets as we move through the winter. So I think almost inevitably, with my gut, we will need at least some kind of provision to make sure that people are able to, save some money around energy and perhaps use that money for food or escalating costs that they have elsewhere.
Concerns too about how this subsidy will be repaid. The scheme is rumoured to be costing £100 billion in loans, a debt that could fall on taxpayers' shoulders in the long term. Age UK are concerned.
But I think we'll still have a lot of questions around the targeting, so the amount of targeted support is provided, and the specific details of how it will be delivered and potentially how it will be repaid, depending on whether that's through general taxation or through consumer bills.
Questions for another day. For now, we wait and hope. Rarely is government policy so eagerly anticipated, but then it's not often we're faced a crisis quite like this one. The hope now for Liz Truss is she can take some of the heat out of the rising panic many are feeling. Only then will she keep the applause coming. Jeff Moody, GB News.